Hello, Twisted Foods. We are meeting again today for the Big Mac Wellington. This one has been on the back burner for quite some time. If you haven't seen it, it's just absurd, and I recommend you go watch it. It mimics a normal beef Wellington with the puff pastry, the egg wash, except we use ground beef, string cheese, onions, and pickles. An absolute abomination to the culinary world? Maybe. But I can't see it tasting bad. Now, some of you might remember the first installment of the Twisted Food tests, which was the barbecue chicken quesadilla deep fried pizza. And apparently, Twisted saw that video and loved me calling it gross and disgusting so much that they sent me an entire package to my P.O. box. This was from December of last year. I've been sitting on it to open for a video. If any of you guys want to send me something to my P.O. box, right here. I open everything I get on my second channel, so. We've got a wooden spoon that actually looks pretty decent quality. Some oven mitts. I actually like the orange scheme. I didn't dress this way on purpose to match. I didn't know this would be happening. It kind of smells good. It smells like Lincoln Logs, if you ever had those. Hey David, I hope you enjoy your new collection of Twisted kitchenware, available to order now. Hopefully you can use them during the making of your next pizzadilla. Also disclaimer, this is not sponsored in any way, so if any of this stuff is shit, you'll know it. Shout out to Twisted though, it's really cool when any brand or company reaches out, especially after a video like the last one. I guess I'll put some of this stuff to use and see how part 2 comes out today. For the handful of you who might be unstable enough to want to make this recipe at home, grab some plain breadcrumbs and mayo, French dressing and white vinegar, salt and some sandwich pickles, cheese sticks and sesame seeds, sweet relish, American cheese, black pepper, puff pastry sheets, an onion, some sugar, an egg, and of course some ground beef. I would just like to start by saying, since when can you ask for containers of Big Mac sauce? If that's really a thing in the US, that is complete news to me. I assume because Twisted is in the UK, that's probably why they have that option. Unfortunately, I don't think I do, so I just found a very simple Big Mac sauce recipe online, chopped up some onions, and then threw a whole bunch of stuff together. I'll leave the link to this recipe down in the description. Next, I attacked my ground beef. For once, I can feel the pain of all you international peeps who complain when I use cups and tablespoons and teaspoons because you needed a kilogram of beef. Just use a scale if you have one. If not, you need about 2.2 pounds. I will be honest and say that I don't really love dumping huge amounts of breadcrumbs into ground beef, whether it's for a meatloaf, meatballs, or a Big Mac Wellington. I just feel like it's a very cheap filler that adds nothing, no flavor. In fact, it kind of sucks up moisture, so you're kind of hurting yourself in that department. Regardless though, I got that mixture combined, I started to lay out my humongous log, and then I loaded up on the cheese sticks for the middle of this. Some big company out there, can you please have professional chefs react to videos like this? I would love to see what an Alex Gornishelli or a Gordon Ramsay would say about some kind of monstrosity like this. You do have to partially bake that before wrapping it in anything else. We are going to prepare even more of our white onions, some of those pickles. You can use whatever kind of pickles you like. We cannot forget about the nice, healthy layer of American cheese to completely line the interior of our puff pastry. And then we can finish it off with an egg wash to completely seal this up. Now, I don't know at what point I realized this, but you are definitely supposed to prepare this on some parchment to make rolling this easier. For a minute, I thought this would be my downfall, but surprisingly, I was able to roll it pretty easily. That's probably another reason why you want to pre-bake your meat for a little while, because I can't imagine it'd be easy to roll up a bunch of raw ground beef. I stuck this cinder block in the fridge for about an hour before completely covering the top in the rest of my egg wash, as well as my sesame seeds, and then baking this off in a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. I'm sure you guys can remember that I went into that last Twisted recipe already with preconceived notion that it'd be gross based on all those viral tweets I saw. I'm not gonna do it to this one. I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. It smells and looks pretty delicious, so let's give this a try. I've done a lot of funky stuff on the channel, but this is a weird one. I can't wait to get all your comments about how mad you are that I can do a Big Mac Wellington, but not a normal beef Wellington that you guys have been asking me to do for years. It's coming soon, don't worry. I do gotta say, between the sauce, the beefy, cheesy smell, if I had closed my eyes and had somebody make me guess what was in front of me, I'd probably guess a Big Mac. It is very similar. Let me just stress again, I have never been paid a single dollar by them. I have had no contact with them except for the note in the package earlier. But this is pretty good. I thought the ground beef was gonna be super dry because of how long it cooked. Definitely is not. I think maybe the oils from the cheese, the fact that it was all encased in a puff pastry and it kind of steamed itself, like there was really no moisture loss. My only knock really is that it's super heavy, as you can imagine. It gets really old really quick. If it had some kind of light element, even just some like lightly dressed iceberg lettuce to put right on top, because there is lettuce on a Big Mac, it'd probably do a lot for it. Other than that, this is pretty great. Twisted comes through once again. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave me a big old like. You guys always kill it with that, so thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already for occasional early access to videos. Maybe even just next week, who knows? Other than that though, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you right back here next time. Peace.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my A-team. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision. We could make it.